Alix here. Welcome to another episode. I just did a great interview with Sarahelkhaldy, known as the Alchemist, and I was going to chunk that out and add some more things to the different segments to try to create a bit more of the context as to why I was asking the questions and my own thoughts around each one. But I decided not to do that for editing and just a lot of time, and I didn't need to create that many videos. So I thought I'd just create a little series here of some of those concepts, why I asked the questions I asked, and then I'll refer back to the video down here below because it really was deep. And she is a beautifully intense, and as she calls herself, fringy teacher, spiritual thought leader. And I just adore her. And so I asked a few questions, and one that I wanted to tackle in this video is why did I ask about what's going on now? Like, what are we supposed to be focusing on at this time? Because she teaches such a range of esoteric, hidden, which knowledge that's coming to light now in so many different realms of the unseen or the spiritual world. She's really a mystic. And I really, what I'm trying to do, my calling is to help people to come into really their highest that they can in form here in the 3D, embodying as much spirit as they possibly can, as much of their soul as they can within the realm that we have here. But the bigger picture is important. And so two things that I want to share is the context is that we are in a new age. We're just starting a new age. And she talks about this. And what that means is, if you don't know this yet, but I'll just let you know, there is a central sun that our entire universe, that our solar system, that our solar system, the center of our universe has a sun that our solar system goes around. And that cycle is a 26,000 year cycle. And it's slightly elliptical. I'm not drawing this one out for you. I'll have some other drawings for you in a little bit, but it's elliptical. And so at the furthest part of that elliptical cycle, okay, we'll look at it like this. Our solar system is the farthest from the central sun, and therefore there's very little light. And this physical realm is extremely dense and dark. And those are like the dark ages. And when it's closer to the sun, here at every 12,000, like at the 12,000 years ago, and then in the next 12,000 years, we go through basically the closest to the sun, we have the most light. So we are more etheric, we are lighter, we are more like avatars and so much higher realms and so on, and even light bodies and so on. I don't know how it all exactly works, but all I know is that we are coming out of that darkness. And that's, by the way, a lot of the biggest avatar spiritual teachers come in during those darker times to help counterbalance the imbalances in the collective. Such as Buddha, who came in during a dark time. And, I don't remember how many thousands of years later or how many years later that Jesus came in, and they're all prophesying and talking about coming into this new age, because as we get closer to the sun again, more photonic light from the central sun, that is, the more photonic light coming off the central sun that activates our solar system sun, that comes onto our planet, that comes into our body. All of this affects our density, our actual physical body. So this interacts with us because we are made of the same elements of the earth, and the spiritual realm that we are also made of, the other half of us, is coming online more and more right now. So what's happening is why this is important, I should say, is as we are getting all this new light, and you're noticing the solar flares and things that are happening, coming into the planet, from the central sun and the solar and our sun, as that's coming in, it is basically bringing light to the darkness. It's bringing, it's shedding light on the darkness. And you'll see this collectively, obviously, with so much stuff that's coming out now about things that were otherwise hidden in the past. And then we're also having that happen in our own bodies and in our own minds. So our negative thoughts and patterns and beliefs and things that we haven't been able to process and dis-ease, all of these are getting triggered right now as more and more light and frequency is coming into the body, trying to raise the frequency of us as well. We are part of this planet. And so our frequencies are supposed to be rising in this realm right now. And if we don't go along with it, then we suffer. And so we suffer physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually if we don't go with it. And so many people are coming into this calling, such as myself, to help and aid in any way that we can to help you through this process on all those levels. And that's really how I started doing my work early in the 2000s, starting with the body, moving into doing more around the work we do in the world and purpose and, you know, a lot of work things, and then more and more into the mind, and now certainly spiritually. And so I just find it really interesting how that evolution has happened. It's always been baked in that I wanted to help people come into an alignment, into their highest and best self. And as I've gone through spiritual awakening after awakening after awakening, and I'm still, of course, but where I am at this point, I now feel much more equipped to be able to support you in this and help you to release a lot of these energies from the body and the mind. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so it was really nice to go to Sarah and just get a little perspective from her of this time that we're in and what we're most importantly focusing on. And so in another video that I'm going to do after this one, I'm going to talk a little bit about Hieros Gamos, or this balancing of the masculine and feminine principles that we all have within us, and what that does in bringing us up and bringing our frequency up and bringing us from this dense world of duality and separation, consciousness and suffering, higher and higher and higher in frequency, and more and more in balance, and having a much better experience in our lives. This is what I show on that map of consciousness all of the time, and having a better experience so that we can then reach unity consciousness, which is available to us now. And we talk a little bit about that in the video as well, which brings us all the things that we are looking for. We're looking for things now because we don't have them, but they're already in existence, which is so interesting, in another dimension. So everything that we're experiencing now, whether we have it now or we wish we had it or we fragmented ourselves, is all held in other dimensions. And as we collapse that duality within us and come into unity consciousness, those things become more and more accessible, and the timelines collapse. So things are happening faster and your manifestations are happening faster. And ironically, by the time you get there, you already are so fulfilled from within because you've reintegrated yourself again back to your wholeness, that you don't even want the things anymore, but you're living with, you know, in cooperation with everything in the universe, other people, all the things, and the abundance that you are and the love that you are. Therefore, you're already fulfilled. And it's just synchronicity living. It's miraculous living. And so that's what we have at hand right now. And it's a really exciting time if you choose that for yourself. It is still a choice. You can choose otherwise. And so I'm not going to get into that at this point. I just wanted to give you a little bit of context as to why I'm bringing this conversation up with her. She talks about that masculine feminine balance, that Hieros Gamos. She has an incredible video about that, by the way. I'm going to do a kind of a visual thing with you on the next video. And then I'm also going to pull up the map of consciousness just to kind of show you the realm that we are in and kind of how that fits. So I hope that you find even just this valuable and inspiring. Make sure you subscribe because there's more coming. And I'm going to be gone next week. So hopefully I'll have some new, fresh, exciting material for you. I'm going away on a retreat. So for a few days. And so, yeah, I've got all kinds of other ideas anyways, but hang tight with me as I make time to do these videos for you, and really for me to be able to get it out and integrate it more myself. So thanks so much. And I'll see you on the next video.